Welcome to The Explainer. Right, let's jump straight in. Today, we're taking a close look at the literal foundation of your performance, your footwear. And we aren't talking aesthetics today, folks. We are evaluating ballroom shoes as highly specialized engineered athletic equipment. Just like a track star relies on that perfect spike, your competitive edge relies on the exact biomechanics of your shoe. So let me ask you, are your shoes actually ruining your turns? Seriously, imagine executing this beautiful, sweeping pivot, and out of nowhere, your foot just gives way. Or you're trying to articulate crisp footwork, but you're fighting a painfully stiff toe box. Your gear completely dictates your traction and stability. If your footwear engineering is off, well, your technique suffers, no matter how many practice hours you put in. Here's the step-by-step buyer's guide we'll be running through. 1. More than just looks. 2. Standard versus Latin styles. 3. Perfect fit and floor traction. 4. Heel height and support. 5. Durability for your routine. And 6. The final buyer's checklist. Let's get going. Okay, let's dive into this with Section 1, more than just looks. Proper ballroom footwear is without a doubt athletic equipment. It directly dictates your traction, your stability, and your foot movement through turns. When you're out there, you're constantly managing momentum, friction, and gravity. So no amount of rhinestones or gorgeous satin is going to help you keep your center of balance during a crazy fast spin, right? You absolutely need a tool engineered for those exact physics. Moving right along to Section 2, Standard versus Latin styles, matching the shoe to your specific discipline. Standard and Latin shoes, they're basically entirely different feats of engineering. It's like comparing a marathon shoe to a sprinting cleat. Standard shoes feature these rigid shanks and really specific heel shapes optimized to support closed-hold momentum and long, sweeping heel leads. On the flip side, Latin shoes have split soles and extreme flexibility because they emphasize floor grip, quick action, and super sharp articulation. The discipline literally dictates the physics, so you simply cannot swap them. Section 3 is all about perfect fit and floor traction. Time to dial in that comfort and control. Listen, fit dictates control. It's that simple. When you're trying on shoes, use this quick 3-step protocol. First, check for excessive heel lift. You want absolute zero. Your heel must be locked in. Second, check the toe box. It should be snug, sure, but absolutely no uncomfortable curling. Third, take a few controlled full-weight steps to check for hot spots. And a huge pro tip here, never ever buy painfully tight shoes expecting to just break them in. Size them accurately from day one. Now, different floors demand entirely different sole friction. On a standard studio floor, a brushed suede sole offers this beautifully controlled grip. But if you're on ultra-slick surfaces or sprung wood, you have to manage a really precise glide-to-grip ratio. Too much grip and your foot literally sticks mid-turn, torquing your knee. Ouch. Too little and you're sliding right out of frame. It's a balancing act. You need enough contact to stay stable, but not so much that rotation becomes dangerous. Now, what's really interesting about this next concept is how it impacts your body mechanics. Section 4, heel height and support. It's a simple yet absolutely profound rule. Heel height should support clean technique, not force it. Yes, we all know very high heels look incredibly elegant, but they fundamentally alter your posture. They shift your entire center of gravity. If you aren't accustomed to that height, maintaining your balance becomes exponentially harder. Actually, scratch that. It becomes nearly impossible for a beginner. It is always wiser to start with a height that feels totally stable while you master your basic steps and smooth transitions. You can always work your way up as your core stability improves. Beyond just the heel height, structural support is absolutely paramount. The strap configuration and vamp construction around your instep and ankle, that's what reduces lateral wobble during traveling steps. During those aggressive directional changes, this architectural support prevents ankle rolls and lets you drive your weight into the floor with absolute confidence. All right, Section 5, durability for your routine. Let's make sure your gear matches your training volume. Your training frequency really has to dictate your material investment. Let's look at the options. Leather uppers are incredible for longevity because they naturally breathe and mold to your foot over hundreds of hours. High-end synthetic uppers are definitely viable too, but you have to ensure the structural integrity is well made enough to withstand the exact rigors of your weekly studio time without breaking down prematurely. Here is a highly strategic pro tip, especially for you active competitors out there. Consider having dedicated practice shoes and completely separate event shoes. Having one versatile pair is fine, but separating them means you preserve those fresh, specialized surface treatments and pristine structural support for exactly when you step onto the competition floor. It delivers incredible consistency when it matters the absolute most. Let's move to section 6 and see how this all builds together in the final buyer's checklist. All right, mental screenshot time. Here is your 5-point pre-purchase protocol. 1. Style match, standard or Latin. 2. Fit check, locked heel, zero pinching. 3. Traction balance, finding that perfect grip for your specific floor. 4. Heel comfort, a height that actively supports your posture. And 5. Training reality, getting durable materials that actually match your training volume. When you're running through that checklist in the store, remember to mimic your actual studio conditions. Always try the shoes on with the exact kind of practice socks or tights you normally wear. And please, don't just stand in front of the mirror. Take a few minutes to actively walk, pivot, and shift your weight. Do the whole shebang. If your studio has a pro shop or a coach, definitely ask for their recommendations based on your current level and the floor you'll be dancing on the most. I love this quote because it perfectly summarizes everything we've talked about today. The best ballroom shoe is the one that lets you move with confidence. You see, the ultimate goal of finding the right shoe isn't just to look the part. It's to make your technique feel so structurally supported and effortless that you completely forget about your feet. When you find that perfect pair, you can finally just focus entirely on the music, your timing, and your precision. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative question to chew on. Is your current pair of shoes helping, or are they actually holding back your technique? Take a really close look at your gear before your next practice session. Analyze your traction, your support, and your fit. Thank you so much for joining me today to dive into this. And hey, keep dancing.